Did you know that sinusitis and rhinitis can be more than just allergies or weather changes? In the language of the body, they reveal something deeper about your emotions and relationships. Want to understand what your nose is trying to tell you? Stick with me, and you'll be surprised. Sinusitis and rhinitis, in the language of the body, are clear signs of how you're dealing with the world around you. Sinusitis, for example, arises when you're deeply irritated by someone invading your personal space. Rhinitis, on the other hand, shows up when you're disconnecting from yourself, living more to please others than to fulfill your own desires. The nose is a symbol of sensitivity and intuition. If it's inflamed or congested, it could be a warning that you're resisting accepting something or someone in your life. Now, if you grew up under the influence of highly controlling authority figures, you may have learned to suppress your own desires to meet others' expectations. This doesn't mean that parents or guardians are always authoritarian. Often, the "don't do that" was meant to protect you. But when control is excessive, or when you feel or believe you didn't have the space to be authentic, that feeling may have stayed with you to this day, becoming a trigger. So what happens? When you don't get something or face opposition, even in simple situations, your nose sends an alert: rhinitis or sinusitis. The ego and superficial gratitude. Often, the ego steps in and makes us believe we don't need anyone, disconnecting us from our past experiences and lessons. But to overcome sinusitis and yourself, humility is essential. Think about it. Who you are today is the result of everything you've experienced. Your parents, friends, colleagues, and even the people you find challenging have been fundamental in your growth. The problem arises when we let pride or presumption take over, rejecting differences and positioning ourselves as the smartest or infallible. How to find harmony? Here's the truth bomb. Not everything has to go your way, and that's okay. Let it go, embrace the flow of life, and practice gratitude for what you've learned, even from the hard stuff. True wisdom isn't about feeling superior. It's about knowing there's always something to learn. So, healing begins when you acknowledge your mistakes with humility, admit you don't know everything, and strive to improve. Open yourself up to hear and accept opinions, even when they're different from your own. The ego is a trap that limits our minds and makes us resist help. But the truth is, we need each other, just as the planets need gravitational balance to keep the solar system functioning. Medically speaking, from a medical perspective, rhinitis and sinusitis have some key differences. Rhinitis affects the nasal mucosa, causing sneezing, itching, and runny nose. Sinusitis inflames the sinuses, causing facial pain, congestion, and thick nasal discharge. Treatment: rest and hydration. Saline rinses or steam inhalation. But the best approach is to seek guidance from a good ENT specialist if symptoms persist for more than a week. Healing is physical and mental. Remember, healing isn't just physical, it's mental too. Start by letting go of that bottled-up anger and learning to flow with life's twists and turns. Practical tip to overcome emotional sinusitis: make your mind receptive. Welcome the words of parents or authority figures without rebellion. This doesn't mean agreeing with everything, but opening yourself to learning from differences. When you do this, you'll find that harmony with others is the key to healing both body and soul. Now that you know what your nose is trying to tell you, why not put it into practice? And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to figure out what's more clogged, their nose or their ego. See you in the next video.